Welcome back into TV Sports 27. Glad to be back with you for this Monday Night Football game. You guys are watching Week 14 in the RXFL, which means we're getting really close to the end of the season and into the playoffs. It's the 6-6 Celtic Tigers of Dublin hosting their first Monday Night Football game here, and they are trying to catch up to the Toronto Huskies. A Herculean task in front of them, the 11-1, the first and the only team that has clinched a playoff spot so far in the Portland Lumberjacks, the number one ranked team in the league. 11-1 Portland Lumberjacks taking it to them 28-14. Russell Wilson has thrown 3 touchdown passes in this heavy rain. He's got Deion Sanders and he's got Ronde Barber out there. It's absolutely no problem for Russell Wilson. A pick 6 as well for Darrelle Revis in the first half. You guys can check out the first half in the archives. If you're watching live with us on Twitch, we live stream everything on Twitch. You can check it out on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, that VOD is probably long gone, but you can check out the replay. The video went up yesterday on YouTube at TV Sports 27 Sports Gaming. So, look at that. All the time in the world for Don Meredith. Algie Crumpler, though, about got beheaded. If you're watching live with us on Twitch, glad to have you guys here. I know Mr. Maple and I think K Duckman was joining us. Zach was joining us as well live on Twitch. Thank you guys for joining us. Hit the follow button if you don't mind on Twitch, as we're trying to get our Twitch count up. Hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. We're getting a bunch more views on YouTube, which is awesome. A lot of our RXFL stuff's been performing really well. I was a little surprised. I've mentioned that our NXT Hell in a Cell that we did not perform too well, which surprised me because normally the 2K content is a big hit with you guys. But we're going to look to do some Raw and SmackDown tomorrow on Sunday as we get ready for our Halloween Havoc mega event. So be on the lookout for that. And Meredith, what the heck? Did you see that glitch? I don't blame the rain. Maybe we'll say he slipped in the rain or something if we want to make a thing out of it. He slipped down. The game just glitched out. Look at this. What? Whoop. And then whoop. Like, what the heck? So we'll say Dandy Don slipped in the rain. So not a good opening drive here for the Celtic Tigers. Meredith back, and he's going to step up and go down the field for Ben Coates, and it's incomplete. You had Lance Briggs down there. You had Jake Scott down there as well. Don Meredith took a shot. Now, there were some talks about Phillip Rivers getting a few reps in here. And it remains to be seen, depending on how much more, if this game gets out of hand or not, if we will see Phillip Rivers come in. You also have Ron Jaworski on this squad as well. Check us out if you don't mind as well. TV Sports 27 on Patreon, patreon.com/TV Sports 27. We upload all the Sunday night football games, whether it be us doing the commentary or whether it's computer versus computer with the in-game commentary. We upload all that on our Patreon page. So if you want some more RXFL action, as well as all the extra, the WWE Dart content, the XHL, the bonus playthroughs of Zelda and God of War and all that stuff, that is all up on our Patreon page. You can request streams. Our June request thread is up right now. Our Ultra fans every other week get to request a stream. And so far, K Duckman has been our lone Ultra fan up to this point. So he's been requesting. He's had 3 stream requests the last couple of go-arounds. And he wanted to see some baseball last time. Tom Brady baseball. I think we might be getting some Denver Broncos again next week. Wilson sending David Johnson in motion here. And Wilson, quick pass. It is caught by Schofner, who's had a really good game today. And you can see Russell Wilson's 3 touchdown passes so far. Yeah, 7 catches for Schofner. Of course, Terrell Davis, your typical starting running back for the Portland Lumberjacks. He's out for a couple of weeks with an injury, so David Johnson has stepped in, and Javon Curse. He was one of my favorite players when I was growing up. I was a Broncos fan growing up, but that Titans team in the late 90s, early 2000s, I've often talked about it. I think if I wasn't a Broncos fan yet, I probably would have been a Titans fan, a long-lived Titans fan, because there was just something about Steve McNair and Eddie George, Javon Curse, Frank Wycheck, Andre Dyson. Like, I can just name those players off the top of my head, and I'm not even a Titans fan. So, right at midfield, right on that Celtic Tiger, and David Johnson. Looking like his Arizona Cardinal days. At 63 yards on the ground so far, and one more touchdown here for the Lumberjacks. And it's going to put Dublin in a bad way, as much of the time here is already ticking away. And Russell Wilson's going to go deep for Bennett, and it's incomplete. Boy, he had him too. I think Bennett just couldn't get turned around there. Marcellus Bennett. He had him. Russell Wilson had him, but Bennett just had a hard time figuring out where the ball was. Well, he makes up for it there. He finds Bennett on a quick pitch and catch. Russell Wilson hit the 200-yard mark in this game. Seems like it should be a lot more with the amount of successful touchdown drives they've had, but... And another just quick one out to Marcellus Bennett. Nothing pretty about it, folks.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done.
Outside, where's the edge? There's no edge. David Johnson. For about 11, 12 yards, he'll get the first down for Ronde. Barber knocks him out of bounds.
I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now.
Wilson.
And that is caught, but the back judge.
Marcellus Bennett with the catch, but out of bounds.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with it.
Empty set. Wilson. Another one for Schofner.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Right up the gut. Oh, Johnson just got tied up behind one of his offensive linemen. Mr. Maple in the chat. Big shout out to Mr. Maple. Says he's been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild himself. Awesome. What's been Tears of the Kingdom? I read Tears of the Kingdom and I said Breath of the Wild. It's still, I have not been able to train my. Look at David Johnson. Touchdown, Portland.
David Johnson. His 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch.
Did they say 9 touchdowns for David Johnson? Has Terrell Davis been out that long?
The second half, now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
All right. I'm seeing on the sideline, folks. I think we're going to get Phillip Rivers here for the rest of this ball game. Again, nothing bad about Dandy Don. In fact, it's been a rare game here in the RXFL where there hasn't been a whole lot of turnovers. There was the one pick six, but with the game, I mean, kind of with playoffs on the line being out of reach, they're going to go to Phillip Rivers.
Spanning 15 plays. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. This is taken at his full.
So we'll see how Rivers fares coming in. Well, you got these legendary rosters, these stacked rosters, so, you know, you got plenty of options to play with.
So here is the home side to take over.
And it's been hurting, too, that the man in the backfield, Walter Payton, whether it be offensive line, you see at the top of your screen, 25 rush yards. And again,
And it's been like this all night long.
wow.
As they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss.
Jake Scott.
It'll be second down.
When have you ever seen Walter Payton struggle like this?
Just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Phillip Rivers,
On second and 11 now.
complete to Coates.
And this one caught by Coates. 11
Maybe
yards
time
in
for
the
one more
first down.
play here.
Trying to get one more in here
But
before quarter
the
break.
time in this game and the season with the 8-5 Toronto Huskies above, it's starting to wind down. That was a terrible decision by Rivers.
Play and incomplete.
And we're going to head to quarter number 4. Season on the line for Dublin.
Welcome back now to the Emerald Isle. A lot of
They are
folks
6-6. They have an 8-5 Toronto Huskies team in front of them. A 7th loss could spell doom for this team from Dublin. Brandon Marshall has been relatively quiet today.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
That is not his first catch of the game. He has 2 catches. Walter Payton gets hit by a former Bear, a couple of former Bears, bear-on-bear violence.
And that's going to make it fourth down.
And it's 4th and 2.
They're going to have any shot at
And it's 4 down. It's 4 down territory right now for Dublin.
to throw his Rivers.
There. Oh!
Incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
Algie Crumpler had it.
Short side of the field. Well, they've clearly made a conscious
Eddie
decision
Jackson
to be more aggressive in the late stages of this
may have
game.
just won this game.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be
Crumpler, and I know it's raining.
good about your
You've got to hang on to that.
I thought I had a proper play call, but how about the guys that just stopped them? How good did they?
All right, how about in Portland? Who's the backup quarterback for the Lumberjacks? We might get to see some backups in that regard. We've probably seen him already before. David Johnson to the outside, hits the spin move.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all set.
Wrestled to the turf by Jack Tatum.
21 yards and a first down.
But you're looking right now at the very reason why Portland is #1 ranked
Fourth as it was way
and why they are 11-1.
Someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
Who was it that gave them their one loss? Austin or something? I think we streamed it because I was playing it, but
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there.
they've been dominant here this season. This is what Bronco fans were wishing they got. It might still come.
Second and 13.
Wilson.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Russell Wilson sacked Dexter Coakley.
He was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning.
They're in field goal range, though, but they would love to put that 42 on the board. Wilson under duress and may have just been knocked out of field goal range. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. Hit him with the little Deion shuffle. Give him the high step.
Pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
This is why you watch the RXFL. When are you going to see Deion Sanders give a quarterback sack to Russell Wilson? Only here in the RXFL. So how long of a kick would this be? And they're just saying to punt it. They're not even giving you the option.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Only the second punt for Pat McAfee in this game. And Deion Sanders is back on the kick return and
It was a punt of 32 yards.
got nowhere.
The offense will come back out deep in their own
Alrighty, folks. It is a 3-touchdown game, 7 minutes to play. And you'd have to think, barring
Seems like every year
some kind of craziness in the last 3 weeks, that this is it for the Celtic Tigers.
it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Gino Marchetti. I mean, he was double-teamed, too, in the O-line. Just kind of gave up on it. Look at Madden saying run the ball. Come on. So things have not gotten much better since Phillip Rivers has gotten in the game. And Brandon Marshall, I mean, he's had slippery hands today. Brandon Marshall has not had a good performance.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Pressure's on. There's DeAndre Hopkins.
And they'll get him down up past the 15.
It started promising. First 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. The Lumberjack defense has held Dublin scoreless since those 2 opening drive touchdowns. Can you believe that?
Here's 1st and 10. Now Rivers, flush to his right.
And Marchetti again.
He's taken down.
Rivers is taking too long to decide who he wants to unleash it to.
Now you add 2 more to his total.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Rivers, he's going to loft this one deep.
Sterling Sharp, well contested.
Falls incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away.
3rd and 14. It's been Phillip Rivers chunking the ball down the field, and with little to no success. And it's going to be intercepted. And there's Scott, who's been all over the field today. It has not gotten much better since Phillip Rivers has come into the game. And I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and make another change. I think we will take out Russell Wilson. That's right, Cam Newton is the backup. I clearly saw him hold the ball. So Cam Newton is going to come in, and they're going to go into clock chewing mode. And we're also going to take David Johnson out because they need him to be healthy. So Fred Taylor okay. Clarence Davis is going to come in then. I guess Fred Taylor's in as a fullback or something. I don't know. And David Johnson's still in the game. But they're in clock chewing mode now, and Cam Newton will step in as Portland wants to take a lengthy trip back. Think about from Dublin to Portland. That's quite a flight. I don't know which way is fastest, to go across the U.S. or to go the other way around. Well, clock chewing. Oh, and well, see? Just blame the game. I took David Johnson out. You clearly saw me take out David Johnson. And, of course, Madden just doesn't understand how substitutions work, so we'll see if that's going to be a serious injury or not.
So time to start going in the other direction.
Because if not, they're going to be down to their 3rd-string running back.
Now it's the backup Newton.
Cam Newton. Schofner. He's got to be close to 10 receptions, I would think, at this point.
To the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They do get 10 back, but still
A knee cartilage tear. So that's probably going to take him out for the rest of the season, I would think. So again, that's on the game. You clearly saw me take him out. Now they have Fred Taylor. Terrell Davis will be coming back in a couple of weeks, but you guys clearly saw me pull him out, and the game just put him right back in. That's EA. You got Hopkins, you got Brandon Marshall out there. This team should be tearing it up.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off? Not yet. Not a chance.
Now Rivers starting to put some stuff together here. It's still going to be a really tall task. They got to get a touchdown a minute here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing Rivers. Going deep for Hopkins.
Hopkins makes the catch.
6-yard line.
Holy smokes.
Down deep into enemy territory.
Celtic Tiger fans are like, where's this been?
Defensively, I know
Isn't that frustrating? You watch your team slog all day, and then they do this when the game's kind of out of reach, and then you're like, where the heck was this all day? Touchdown.
touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's, you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Apparently the USFL game is going to continue on Peacock. So that's how they're going to handle that one. Man, what a bummer. I wonder, I mean, they surely had to have known what the weather was going to be like. If you weren't going to play through it, just kick off later. I mean, I guess they have TV contract. I don't know. Maybe they have some TV contract with NBC and it had to be played at that time. But boy, oh boy. They barely got through a quarter and then... You know what? I was... We'll say that's a little bit of strategy. I was so busy looking at the USFL, I kind of forgot where we were in the game, and I just kicked the ball right off. But you know what? They're going to use their timeouts here. They're going to try to get the ball back. This is strategy. Kick it deep and try to get the ball back on short field position. They get the 2-minute warning. They got 2 timeouts. Oops. Who knows? This could work better if they stop them. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. This is it.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
This is your ball game here. Oh! Boy, you think that he had an opening there. He just couldn't find his way through it. So Dublin does get the hold. Did Portland take Cam out and start playing a little too conservative too early? I mean, you saw the injury to David Johnson, so it makes sense, especially in this weather. Here we go, folks. Minute 38. Now it's a 2-touchdown game. Can Phillip Rivers do the unthinkable? Can he pull off the Tim Tebow here? This massive comeback. That one dropped, I think it was. Yeah, Brandon Marshall. I don't know if he needs to take those gloves off or what. You know, Brian Bosworth would always say, don't wear gloves in the rain. There's Sterling Sharp. Dangerous play because the clock will run here.
11 yards there, first down. Rivers on first down.
It is, oh my God, and Sterling Sharp loses a grip on it. Boy, they've had their chances, folks. Rivers. And incomplete again.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rivers again. He's going to let it fly.
He's got Brandon Marshall one-on-one, and Marshall didn't even try to go for. This has been a terrible performance from Brandon Marshall.
A 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some.
All right, guys, 4th and 10. Celtic Tigers season comes down to this. He's got an open Ben Coates. It's no. It's dropped by Ben Coates. Walter Payton drops it. It's a rainy, it's a slick football. They're wearing gloves. Drop after drop after drop with the season on the line. And Ben Coates, who had a beat on everybody. Hopkins, who hasn't really had any drops today, get in the face. Yeah, Hopkins, he's got to be upset. He's getting in the face of his guys. Wow. So Portland's going to hang on 35-21 here in the RXFL. So we're going to wrap this one up. One more kneel down from, why the heck does Madden want us to run the ball? Give us a knee down. Oh my God, this game is incredible sometimes. Just one more knee and the game's over. So what we're going to do, we're going to end this stream. We're going to come back. Portland's going to move to 12-1. We're going to let the in-game commentators kind of wrap it up for you guys. We're going to come back. We're going to look at all the scores for Week 14. We're going to preview Week 15. And then we're going to come back and we're going to stream Week 1, the Thursday night football game of Week 15. And we got a little extra added bonus for you guys. So come on back if you want to hear what that extra bonus is. You might be getting some extra bang for your buck this week as we get closer to the postseason. So I'll let these guys close it out, and do come back. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll be back in a couple of moments. If you're watching on YouTube, come back tomorrow for the Week 14 recap and the Week 15 preview.
You know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball park.
By the way, don't forget to follow on Twitch, subscribe, thumbs up on YouTube, and check us out at patreon.com/tvsports27.
The win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And now they'll face the prospect of a long, albeit happy flight across the Atlantic. Meanwhile, for Dublin, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.